Testing. Good evening to you folk on streaming. We're about to get started. In fact, I'll start right now. A very good evening, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, Patricia and David, ZMH286, and it is a very pleasant evening here. Well, you wouldn't be wanting to be here if you were sailing because it is only 2 knots of wind from the south. Quite a few boats have left today from up north. It's 18 degrees here, which is quite surprising given that it's a southerly, and I'm talking outside, not inside. 1022.9 on the bar and about 55% cloud cover. It's been dry, good close drying day. It stopped raining early this morning. Just a little bit of news from Newcastle before we get started, and the boats I'll start with are Mackay. We need to talk to you, Barry. Mackay, Falado and Artemis we'll start with, but there are now 2,700 police in New Caledonia. It is somewhat calmer than it has been, but things are it's just dreadful seeing some of the pictures. And Vicky sent me an email from a boat that was on the hard, that's in the hard stand across the bay from Moselle. It's not a nice area at the best of times, but boy, it was a very, very scary night for folk there, with the rioters trying to burst in with stolen cars. The marina folk had, they were patrolling with guns, and unfortunately the police couldn't get there until the next day because they had too many riots elsewhere, but they came with 2 armoured vehicles. But very, very scary, and they have set fire to a lot of shops in the area, so it's just very, very unpleasant and certainly not a good place to be going to. Okay, having said that, some people might want to know about Richard and Frederica. They're the folk that run the wonderful rocket guide, but they saw what was happening. They have been there a long time, so have a good finger on the pulse, and they took off in their boat, which is actually a registered Vanuatu boat, and are very safely tucked into Prony with a couple of months stores of food, which is going to be needed because there's been such a rampaging, and a lot of food and supplies have been destroyed, and the airport, to my knowledge, is still closed. I've looked at the news from over there, and they haven't mentioned that the international airport has reopened, so I would say it's still closed. Okay, let's get on to seeing what is happening in our neck of the woods. I see a few boats left Minerva today. Thought you would be enjoying the calmer conditions to explore. We've just been actually looking at Pogean's wonderful site on the internet. If anybody is planning on going to Minerva, either south or north, they've got a wonderful, they've showed a video that they had a drone, and they've got lots of pictures from what they've seen in the water. It's a really, really good site. Anyway, some of you are off and wanting to get to the next spot. Let's see what Mackay is up to. Barry, are you on frequency? Over. Yeah, I'll be wondering what you've been up to. Are you trying to break your long time record of the slowest arrival at Minerva? Over.
Oh, it's terrible. I had, the forecast was not anything like it said. I should have been in here by noon, and, it was just terrible. It had 20 knots on the face all day until about noon, and then it dropped
Well, boy, you certainly have had it. Yeah, David said, look, find out what's going on at Minerva. Well, now he knows. On the nose, northeast, about 20 all day, and then nothing, and now 4 knots from the east. And you're only just outside. Well, we're not going to hold you up too long. 23, I think you said 38 south, 17857 west, 014 magnetic on a course of 014 magnetic, 6.2, and calm seas. Well, a lot different from a couple of days ago. And stay safe. What's the cloud cover? Can you see pretty well at the moment?
Yeah, Roger, Patricia, the cloud got about 60%, not even 60%. Let's say 20% cloud is all around the horizon, but very misty, lots of humidity over.
Yeah, okay, so quite high humidity. All right, well, I guess we'll wait until tomorrow morning and find out where you are. So good luck, stay safe, and yep, well, you've been there before, so you'll know the drill. Over.
Roger, I'm hoping to get in. We'll see what happens. Anyway, with that, I'll be monitoring, and we'll talk to you tomorrow from either inside or, definitely inside the reef.
Okay, good luck, Barry. We'll clear with Mackay, and hopefully he'll get in tonight. And those that are near the entrance will can keep a lookout. So let's go to Falado, Gulf Harbour. Yeah, nice copy, Cameron. Go ahead.
We had a good day. It's actually the wind this afternoon came from 135 to southeast, a miracle, and was about 11 or 12 knots. So we've been sailing since about 2 p.m. But just in the last hour, it's moved around to 080 degrees true, and it's backing off a bit at 9 or 10 knots. So we're sailing along at 4.6 knots at the moment. Got slight seas, maybe a 1.5 to 10 metre swell. 100% cloud cover, and it looks like quite a few squalls around, but we've not been hit by any of them. And we're about 150 nautical miles from Minerva North.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll just repeat that because it's interesting. You've been praying for these southeast winds, southeast 11, so you've had some good sailing, but now it's back to the east, and it's about 9 to 10. So you're on I haven't got your course and position, but 4.6 knots. That's pretty good for you guys. 1.5 metre swell, 100% cloud cover. You can see the odd squall around.
Repeat position.
And I need your position, please. Over.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm so excited with sailing. I forgot to give it to you. It's 26 degrees, 08 minutes south, 178 degrees, 31 minutes west. Over.
Okay, got that. So you're 150 miles from North Minerva.
Oh.
Here's David.
Okay, well, thanks a lot for that. I appreciate it. And what's happening, the reason that you got the southeast winds is that you happen to be right now almost right on the axis of the polar dip of the highs, the joining of the two highs. They're coming together and making kind of a U shape. So you are on, let's just say, the west side of the U, and therefore southeast winds. But then as you get a little bit further north, you pass the axis and the winds go to the northeast. So you really have to look at the synoptic charts very carefully, and you can pick this up. It almost wanted to be a very small closed circulation, a cyclonic circulation. It just didn't manage to do that, but at least you got the advantage of those southeast winds. But anyway, from now on, though, up to Minerva, you're going to have probably the winds about what you've got now, pretty much out of the northeast, but not very strong. So every now and again, there's some precipitation, cloud bands and whatnot, but I don't see anything terrible. The clouds are all relatively low to mid-level clouds. I don't see any high boomers around, so it should be okay for you. Over.
Okay, thank you very much. If we think we could rest in from here, all from us, follow that out.
Okay, clear with the Cherry Group on Falado. Going to Artemis, Gulf Harbour.
Radio, this is Artemis. How do you copy?
Yeah, nice copy. Ingrid, go ahead.
Our current position is 26 degrees, 14 knots south, 179 degrees and 28 minutes east. Our speed on the ground is 020 true. Sorry, our speed on the ground is 0.5 knots. Our force on the ground is 020 true. The wind direction has finally got southeast for us as well. We've got about 15 knots at the moment. Probably about 90% car cover and a metre to 12 also coming from the east.
Okay, well, that sounds quite a decent day for you guys. 2614 south and 17928 east on a course of 020 true, 6 knots, southeast 15. Well, they took a long time to come, but there they are. 90% cloud cover and about 1 to 2 metre easterly swell. So I presume all is well on board, over.
Yeah, we're super happy to get these winds. We're about 154 nautical miles from Minerva and we'll be starting to be there.
Yeah, well, they've made space for you because 4 of them left today. So I hope that stays with you to Minerva. So there'll be plenty of room and you and Barry will be there tomorrow. Okay, we'll clear with you guys. Don't forget to get a fish going through the pass. And we'll go to Second Sun, Intrinsic and Whistler. Second Sun, Gulf Harbour.
Gulf Harbour, this is Second Sun. How you doing this evening?
Yeah, I've got good copy. Go ahead, Andy.
Roger that. So our current position is 230 degrees, 53 minutes south, 170 degrees, 38 minutes east. We are making 5.5 knots on a heading of 330 magnetic. We have, right now the wind is about 15 from the southeast. It's been higher most of the day. It's down a little bit. It's been a little frolicky today. 3 meters east from the southeast as well. And mostly clear right now. About 20% cloud cover. Barometer is 1012.8. How fast?
Yeah, there's a bit of atmospheric noise around, but it was perfectly clear. 2353 south, 17038 east, Second Sun on their way to Port Resolution on a course of 330 magnetic at 5.5 knots, and the wind has dropped to about 15 from the southeast and 3 meters southeast swell. It's pretty decent. Mostly clear, about 20%, and 1012.8. So what's your arrival time in Port Resolution? Over.
We're expecting to arrive Sunday evening, possibly before sunset. If our speed keeps up, it's more likely we'll arrive overnight, and we'll decide whether to slow down and arrive in the morning or not, depending on where we are tomorrow.
Okay, so at this stage, Sunday evening. All right, we'll have a look. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, that one, but I have heard of a boat that Christian had problems getting in there, so in the dark. So, all right, is there any comment from you?
East to northeast.
East to northeast. East to northeast, says David, and that's tomorrow, I presume.
Sunday.
Is it? Oh, Sunday. That's your arrival, east to northeast on Sunday. What sort of speed are we looking at?
About 10 knots.
About 10 knots, so that's quite acceptable.
But tomorrow
So-
about the same as today, though.
And tomorrow will be much the same as today, Andy. Over.
Did he say I should expect a northeast wind on Sunday?
Did you say northeast?
Yeah, it's very light though. It's the isobars are making a turn just to the south of Port Vila, and looking down at where Port Resolution is. Uh, if the models are wrong, the wind can continue to be southeast, but if that dip in the isobars moves west a little bit, then the winds are going to swing around with it, and they're going to be northeast, east to northeast, but very light, 8, 9, 10 knots. So nothing really to worry about. Over.
No, that doesn't worry us. It's just that's something that, we don't make a lot of progress if we have to go into the wind.
Yeah, affect the arrival time.
Yeah, well, that's right. It wouldn't hurt to get a little bit of easting in as you're heading toward Port Resolution, if that's possible, to account for that possibly. Over.
There's an island south of Tana. We can go the other side of it. That would get us a little to the east. When do you think that the wind could turn to the east on us?
What they say, when will the wind turn to the east on it?
The winds are going to turn right around. Well, I'm looking at Sunday. You mentioned you'd be there late Sunday, so that's what I'm looking at now. So hang on 1 minute. Okay, I'm seeing right up to lunchtime Sunday winds similar to what you've got now at Port Resolution, about 15 knots, and they're southeast winds. But what happens, according to the models, is that little dip in the isobars that I'm talking about. So in those few hours after lunch, it may back to east to the northeast. It may, M-A-Y, may not, N-O-T. So we'll see what happens as you get a little bit closer. We'll talk again tomorrow, and we'll see how the models have changed their minds, if they have. Over.
Roger, copy that. Also, yesterday you mentioned the potential for a cold front. Is that still something in our future?
Yeah, let me take a look at that. I'm looking at different parameters. Hang on 1 second.
I'll take the microphone for that. While he's looking at that, for those of you interested in where Balto is, that's the former Nokandu. They have passed Kindavu and are up at 18 degrees 56 south, so they're due in Fiji tomorrow.
All right, from what I could see, looking at, again, the Sunday time frame, there is a light trough that appears to be going over, could be Aramango and Port Vila. It may be a little bit north of Port Resolution. You may miss it altogether. It's a long one. It goes all the way up to the Solomons, and it starts off around just northeast of New Zealand, but there's not much in it. It's a very light trough. So the winds are pretty much not going to change from what you've got now right up through Sunday. The only thing that could happen on Sunday is you're going to get a little bit of convective activity. In other words, the chance of showers. So we'll see if that trough hangs together. It could very well dissipate by that time. Over.
Carry on.
Are you there? Over.
Oops, I think you've gone off frequency, but I presume you heard that. Okay, let's go to intrinsic. Over. Nothing heard from intrinsic. And what about Whistler X? Oh, I'm not having much luck tonight. Okay, let's go to the boats that have headed off from the Minervas. Taurus, Gulf Harbour.
That's not the radio. Sailing with the tourist.
Yeah, go ahead, Dakara. Keep it slow because you've got quite a light signal. Over.
We are currently both sailing and 5 knots of wind from the east, but we've had more wind directions today. We've had north and east as well. We've had a course around 240 and around about 4.5 knots.
Okay, I got all of that except for the latitude degrees. What is the degrees of latitude?
Sure, just repeating the position. 23 degrees, 20 minutes south.
23.
178 degrees, 23 minutes west.
Okay, just as well because I'd put down 27 west. All right, we have 2320 south, Taurus on their way to Tonga, 17827 west. They've had a variety of winds today. That would keep you busy. Currently motor sailing with 5 knots of easterly wind on a course of 240 and 4.5 knots. So certainly more pleasant than when you arrived in Minerva. So have a good night, Cara, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Over. Boy, I'm struggling with that signal. Mintaka, Gulf Harbour.
Gulf Harbour Radio, Patricia, this is Mintaka. How do you copy?
Yeah, you've got a good strong signal. Phil, go ahead.
We left Minerva about 1 p.m. today, and we're sailing a course of 010 true, making 6.5 knots over ground. We left with very variable winds being almost 360 degrees, but it's now settling into the east at about 8 to 10. We've got a 1.5 metre swell coming from the northeast, and our current position is 2315 south, depth 17856 west. Our barometer has dropped a little to 1015, and we're busy working with flying cloud. Flying cloud is about 1 kilometre to our east of us at the moment.
Okay, I'm just writing that down in case they're not on. 1 kilometre east of Mintaka. So Mintaka left just after lunch, depending on when your lunch is. They are currently at 2315 south, 17856 west, on a course of 010 true, 6.5 knots, and the wind has settled into the east again, 8 to 10, 1.5 metre northeast swell, and the barometer has dropped a bit, 1015. Okay, what's today? Thursday? Oh no, it's Friday today, isn't it? So what's your ETA and the Nandi Vunda area? Over.
Patricia, our ETA into Sabu is Monday morning. But the point I need to share with you was a beautiful bluebird day in Minerva. Absolutely stunning. Number of boats swimming, but our highlight was we picked up 3 crayfish from the reef and we're having them for dinner.
Wait, why leave?
Why leave, says David, why leave? I know, when we were looking around, looking at this website, pictures of all of the the clams in particular and the coral that Pajian had on, we thought, gosh, we wouldn't have taken off on a day like that, but it sounds as if you made good use of the morning. So eating well and a nice mild night to enjoy it. Well done, all on board Mintaka. All right, have a good night. Boy, it sounds good. Yeah, I suppose you've just boiled it and you're just enjoying it. Well, 3 of them. Excellent. Okay,
Northeast winds on Monday.
northeast winds on Monday, says David, so do your best with whatever you get over the weekend. Okay, I'm just writing down 3 crayfish. Oh, right, we'll clear with Mintaka. And flying cloud, I know that you are 1 kilometre east of Mintaka, but are you on frequency, Cyrus? No, they probably don't have crayfish on board, so they might be sulking. Okay, let's go way south to in the boat going to French Polynesia. It's a bit early, they might not be on. Cape Providence, Gulf Harbour.
Good evening, Gulf Harbour. This is Goldman from Cape Providence. Do you copy?
Oh yes, nice copy, go ahead.
Well, we've had a lovely day, day 4 for us of our sail up to Polynesia. The wind direction now coming out of the east, about 12 to 14 knots. Our course is 20 degrees heading north. Our coordinates at the moment are south 39 degrees, 36 minutes, west 178 and 1.
Whoops, you just cut out a bit there. I think I have got you 3936 south 178. Could you complete the longitude?
Yes, sorry, 178 in 1 minute is our longitude.
Okay, and 020 magnetic on a north course, easterly 12 to 14, and no doubt you are not eating crayfish for dinner. Maybe some leftover tuna, over.
Yes, we've been eating lots of tuna today, but we're going to have another dish of it tomorrow night. But it's also happy Alice's birthday today, so you do have time with his birthday, and so now we've crossed the date line. I think he's going to get 2 days of celebration, over.
Yeah, I don't know what the rules are on that one, but yes, I would imagine that you would have 2 full days given the situation, so that's pretty cool. All right, so that reminds me to put down west 17801. I was just a bit puzzled on that one. Okay, and it sounds like all is going really nice on board Cape Providence, so good weather, over.
Yes, it is, thank you. Yeah, we also got round to making a birthday cake as well, which took a lot of effort on board, but let's hope he enjoys it. Over.
Well, happy birthday, and yep, we won't worry about the candles. Too many open flames on a boat's not a good idea, so enjoy the birthday celebrations, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, clear with Cape Providence. Is there anybody else wanting to call in? Please call now.
Yeah, howdy, Trish. Ocean Fever finally underway.
Well, good Lord, Ocean Fever leaving Fiji after 5 years. Go ahead, Barney.
Great signal, anyway. 5 years to the day. So, anyway, headed to Port Velia, and no problems, and great signal and no noise. You're 5 and 9. So, I'll not give you my position until tomorrow. I'm about 20 miles due west of Nadi, over.
Okay, and what are the weather conditions?
Yeah, pretty light. I had a crazy water spout come by me, but light southwesterly winds and that. But I'm moving along, and only ran the engine for about an hour, getting through the cut. So happy about that. You do a great job and good signal. Good evening, David.
Okay, and yes, he says good evening back. So finally left Nandi and got a water spout. That's pretty spectacular. With light sou'westers
As long
up
as you're
there.
not underneath it.
David says as well as you're not underneath them. Light southwesterlies at the moment, but he's sailing, so we'll get all the full details tomorrow. But good to know for those people that are approaching Fiji what the conditions are like, so that's good. Okay, thank you for that, and we will hope you stay safe overnight and clear with ocean fever. For those that are interested, I'll just tell you that the boats that left today is Cygnus, the British boat, quite a few German boats, Costa Nostra, then there's Fleur from Great Britain, Giselle and Amari, Mari's US boat, and Sani and Voila, and Sumor too, another German boat. So the mariners are certainly going to be clearing out, and there's another couple who have left from Whangarei. I'm not sure what direction they're going though at the moment. Ultimate Weapon and Yamana, so we'll check up tomorrow, but just thought that those that are ahead will be interested to know. Okay, this is a final call for anybody with anything. If you want to do a radio check, now's the time to do it. Well, I've got the Gulf Harbour radio, but I'm going to, oh yes, I have got the preamp on. It's a little bit hard to copy. Could you come again with the boat name, over? Oh, it's Kaya. Well, a very good evening. Whereabouts are you?
We're about 340 miles north of Vanuatu in Vanuatu.
Oh, you're way up there. I must have a look on the AIS. So about 300 miles north of Vanuatu. And whereabouts are you headed, over?
Yeah, we are headed to Port Townsend. We in the Marshall Islands.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll be able to talk to Y2K when you get up to the Marshalls, except I think they're going to be leaving there. You might see them in
Going the other way.
halfway down, going the other way. So I might be able to copy your position. Can you go ahead, over? Yep, that was good pace, thank you. 0937 south, 17107 east. Could you give me course, speed and wind, over? From where would it be? Okay, we have you heading south, 180, 4 knots. So 180. I've got that wrong.
I guess.
Yes. Could you give me the course again? Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so you are in the Marshalls, so you probably have already said hello to Y2K, and you are heading to Vanuatu in Vanuatu.
Good news.
Yeah, well, we did that trip from the Marshalls to Vanuatu. We actually arrived in a great storm, but it's really, really good to come down from the north because those northern islands are really lovely. They don't get too many visitors, and you will really enjoy it, over.
Yeah, looking forward to it, thank you.
Okay, we'll clear with Kaya heading down from the Marshalls, and I know Y2K will be doing much the same very shortly, if not already.
Now they're heading more east.
They're not going to go, okay, alright. That's about it from here, I think, unless there's anybody else, over.
Yeah, I'm asking about Gone Bamboo. Does he know Gone Bamboo? Just kind of learning about radio, over.
Yeah, no, there's nothing, and there's nothing on the AIS about Gone Bamboo. So if anybody does have any information about them, please come back. But there is nothing that I can find on the AIS with the name Gone Bamboo. Sorry about that, Barney. Over.
Okay, well, anyway, he's in Marshall Islands. That's the phone that you just contacted.
Well, Kaya, and I will ask Y2K, do you know anything about Gone Bamboo? Over.
No, that's negative. We did not see a vessel named Gone Bamboo.
Okay, yep, nothing further, Barney, but I will ask the Y2K folk just in case, but nothing from Kaya. Okay, clear with Barney, and there was a lady's voice in behind. Go ahead. Oh, sorry, it wasn't a lady's voice. I've got somebody's voice, but I couldn't pick up the boat name. Try again.
Harbour, this is Master Plan, over.
Oh, it's Master Plan. Sorry, I should be able to recognise your voice, Dean. Go ahead.
Thank you, Patricia. We just wanted to say we got into North Minerva early this morning, and wanted to say thanks very much for the daily radio contact that you provided. It was great for us from passage and really valuable to getting information out of that. So thanks for that.
Oh, that's nice of you. Thank you very much. And boy, what a lovely day that you arrived in North Minerva. You'll think it's a beautiful place. Over. Yeah, sorry about that. Yes, no, North Minerva arriving today would be certainly a joy, and a nice time to relax, have a swim, and well, try and find one of those crayfish. Well, thanks, Dean, and you enjoy it. You guys enjoy it up there. Okay, anybody else? No, all peaceful and quiet. Yeah, sometimes I can double because I have to turn my receive microphone down to be able to talk. Otherwise, all I can hear is myself. All right. Well, we'll talk to you all again tomorrow. It sounds much better conditions tonight for folk than it has been. So that's really, really nice. Wouldn't it be nice to arrive in Minerva on a day like today?
Yep.
Okay. Cheers, everybody. If anyone wants the frequency, it's all yours. And there's nothing coming through on streaming, so we'll leave you all in peace. Cheers.